Hi, it's me again with CorelDraw tips and tricks. Somebody sent me this special font. This was hand done. These are pretty equal. These are a little different. And I just did it pretty quick, just made it a lot type of difference. But I'm just going to show you how I do it. I just came up with this. It's kind of unique, and there's two ways to do it. I'm just going to take a 2-point line and make a line. And I'm going to go ahead and make, even though when we do something, it's going to change it to hairline, back to hairline, but we're going to Control D and make a duplicate, move that guy over and Control D all the way across. And they're not really close enough, so you could, squeeze them together a little bit more. And there's a lot of ways you could change stuff. One would just be doing it by hand, but you could take the shape tool and move some of these by hand just with the shape tool to get different effects and different looks. And we're going to do part of them kind of the same. And you probably want to do them all at some sort of angle. And let's take these and group them together and use the distort tool. Now, the distort tool is kind of hard to manage sometimes. Just barely move it. And I got 26. I only want one. And I only want like right there, but I want smooth. See what you get. Now I'm going to actually lower it again. I just barely want a little bit of movement. And then, of course, you could group and ungroup them and still change them with the shape tool. Another node there. I think I've got to probably break something apart. Maybe convert them to curves. I don't know if this is still yeah, there we go. And see, you could change individual nodes. You wouldn't want to change too much. And, you could angle that one over there. And you could just figure out what you're doing and how you want it to look. And then you could draw it all by hand, Then let's group this together, Control G, and let's put it a little bit of an angle. It's always going to make it look better, I think. And then take our font. So our P is going to be really kind of not many lines in it this way. Tell you what we can do is we can make it a little bit smaller. Let's just see what it looks like and you'll understand. Now select it all and go up here. Now, first of all, I want to set my nudge factor pretty big so I can nudge stuff out of the way. 25 is good. I'm going to select it all and I'm going to intersect it. And when it intersects it, I can move it over, and that's just the inside of the line. Now, the outside of the line, I can move this down and then hit this. Now, if you understood what I meant earlier, it basically turned all our lines back to a hairline. But that doesn't look half bad. It's kind of different. But now we need to go and select it all and go to, well, before we do that, let's make all the lines back to that size. And then we're going to go to Object and Group and Ungroup. And then I'm going to click on the line and make sure our lines are separate. Then all you have to do, these are lines, so all you have to do is go right click. Now I didn't get that red one evidently, and it's part of that, so you go, I must have grouped them together somehow, but you could get that red. So just right click instead of left clicking to get the line color, and that doesn't look so good. It'll look better when we put a different background on this, hopefully, because we're not going to use any blacks in our wordage. And like I said, you could still see how that's how you could look at. I actually right click that, so I need to select all this time and running out of colors here. Whoop! I'll left click again, so right click, and see how that looks pretty cool the way it is. And let's do forest green down there. So it doesn't look too good till you put a black box on it. And look how it makes it really stand out. But like I said, a lot of this stuff could be done by hand. And I think because of the fact that we've got these grouped together, like, let's say this yellow one, let's say you could hit the plus key on the keyboard and just add another line. Of course, you'd need to shorten it up and make sure it fits inside that border. And at that time, you could even take it and right click and turn it into you need to check on both of them and right click and turn it into a curve. And then you could actually curve that next line a little bit and make it look totally different. But a lot of this stuff in the original one, I think they just drew lines by hand. And looks like and even some of the lines are like double. And, looks like they doubled up the A and, some of these lines. But I think whoever's doing it would be happy with it. I really like my first one better, where I just I did it with the distort tool and just barely distorted it whatsoever. You know what? I might not even distort it. Yeah, I did. It looks like just like a bunch of angled lines. But see, I didn't, and I've got some of them spaced out more than the other ones. So I'm just trying to give them some ideas, and I think that'll help them. Hope that helped. Thank you for watching.